my name is Rosie CQ. Today I bought 2 throw pillows and this adorable skeleton yoga statue because that is what I like to call balanced adulting, and today we are going to be talking about free writing. So free writing is a writing exercise that helps you get your ideas onto the paper, helps you stop self-censoring, and hopefully will help you come up with ideas that you didn't even know you were going to be able to come up with. I believe that free writing was originally used in academic writing. It was developed in the 1970s, though I'm sure people were doing similar things before that. It was developed by this man named Peter Elbow, as opposed to Frederick Kneecap, and it was an exercise used to help people writing scholarly articles and reviews and that sort of thing to stop worrying about things like grammar and sentence structure and making sure everything flowed properly and just getting their ideas down so that they actually had something to work with instead of it being all jumbled up in your brain. Today we're going to talk about the core things that you need to do to have a successful free write, and then I'm going to demonstrate one of my free writing sessions for you, and you can see what I come up with because I haven't done it yet, so I don't know. The 3 most important things about free writing. The first thing is that you are going to be using pen and paper or marker and paper, crayon and paper, whatever writing utensil you want and paper. Pretty much we want to be away from our computer keyboard because writing it down in hand the long way, the exhausting way, is going to activate a different part of our brain that's going to help that creativity flow. The second thing that we want to make sure we do is we want to write in full sentences. So what I mean by this is we're not writing a bulleted list of ideas. That is more into the area of brainstorming and learning how to brainstorm where you're not censoring yourself and you're just writing a list as fast as possible. That is a really great skill to have as well. But for today, we're trying to develop new ideas and new themes and kind of just really deeper themes than just a couple words in a bullet point could really get at. So we're going to be using full sentences. And then the third and the most important thing is that for the whole time you're free writing, you're going to be writing continuously. That's right, you don't want to be taking your pen or pencil off the paper at any point. This might mean that you write the same word over and over and over again for a while because you can't figure out what you should be saying next. And that's okay. That's a natural part of the free writing process. What we're doing is we're working past this block. Even if you're saying, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, eventually what's going to happen is that's going to start forming into I don't know what I'm writing about, and then something after that, something after that. And believe it or not, it can actually lead you to some really, really cool ideas. Now going more specifically into how we can apply this to songwriting. So how I like to use it for my songwriting is generally I like to free write to a prompt. And so this prompt can be about a song. Maybe, for instance, you're working on a song that has a theme of betrayal or breakup. I don't know, something like that. So maybe those 2 words are your prompt, and you just go ahead and you write continuously. We'll talk about how long you should write continuously for in a second, but you write continuously about that idea. The idea is the first few minutes you'll probably be writing a bunch of stuff that you already know or that you've already thought of, but the longer you go on, you're going to start to say stuff that you've never really said about it before. And hopefully that's going to give you some interesting content for your songs, for future songs, or even compositions. This doesn't even necessarily have to be things with lyrics involved to pull from. So how long should we be free writing for? That's entirely up to you, but it is generally advised that you should be writing for in between like 10 to 15 minutes or even 10 to 20 minutes. I will often do a little 5-minute free write just to get my juices flowing in my brain juices. That's a nice image. But I also find that 5 minutes sometimes is not long enough to really get into new cool ideas. You really do want to write until you think you have no more ideas, and then you still have some time that you need to write a little bit more, because that's where some of the really, really cool ideas can come out that you've never put into words before. So today I thought that I would actually illustrate some free writing for you. and I'm going to do it on a theme of non-romantic love. And so what I mean by that is like, well, we'll find out, actually. I'm just going to leave it there. But there's a lot of songs that I've written and that the whole world has written about love, but there's not a lot of bangers about non-romantic love. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes, again, which is kind of on the shorter side for what I'm recommending today, but you understand, it's for a YouTube video, you get it. And I am going to write with my pen and paper, I am going to write in full sentences, and I'm going to write continuously the whole time, and my hand probably will be extremely tired by the end, but we'll make it through. I'm going to turn a timer on, and we'll get ready to go. Without further ado, 1, 2, 3, write. Second page, baby.
Yo voy a cantar esta canción para mi gente, con una pasión,
Page 3.
ay, 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 ahora sigo cantando y sigo gozando, yo sigo cantando y sigo gozando.
Alright. Okay. Just finish up my last sentence. And obviously the cool thing about free writing is like you don't need to stop. So if you're like on to a really cool idea and your timer goes off, like keep writing. If it's what's allowed you to get into the zone of a cool idea, you can keep going. I'm going to stop right now just for the video's sake. I'll point out a couple of things to you guys that I found in my free write about non-romantic love. There's definitely a lot of ideas in here that I've never really thought about. Then there's also just a lot of crap in here. And that's how free writing is supposed to work, because it's instead of everything being on top of each other in your brain where you can only theoretically think about one thing at a time, you get to see all of these ideas sorted out into their own sentences, their own spaces, and allows you to pick and choose, which I think is really cool. This is the opening to what I wrote. Non-romantic love to me means friendship, but it can probably mean other things too, I suppose. It could be the way you love your cat or your dog, or the way a kid loves dinosaurs or dump trucks or Jeeps. Jeeps? Why did I say Jeeps? So this I just want to point out because am I going to use probably any of that? No. Would Dinosaur Love be a cute song? Yes, so maybe I'll use that someday. But I didn't need to talk about Jeeps. I was just getting the thoughts out of my head. But mostly it means friend love. Friend love is a different feeling than romance love. It has an easiness to it. There seems to be less stress involved, not as much drama, but also sometimes a whole ton of drama. Friends, friends, friends. See, here I had no idea what to say. It was half a page in, and I was already confused of where to be going. Friends often fall in love with each other too, though. Why does that boundary change? How does that boundary change? There's a lot of spelling and things in here that is not right. But again, this is the point of free writing. We're not caring about that. It's about the ideas and the content that we're getting at. And we're ignoring all those little pesky things that can be focused on way later on. It doesn't need to be right now. But it's a love that flourishes with your maintenance instead of a love that is stubborn, like plants when you don't have a green thumb and you kill them all. That is so freaking annoying. I killed my basil plants this year, and it's okay though, because I got them for free. A nice lady at Home Depot gave them to me, which was so kind. So as you can see, we've now veered back into an idea that's probably not really that meaningful, but I love what I was talking about this boundary between friend love and romantic love. That's a cool idea that I've never really thought about before, and I'm almost definitely going to write a song about that. So I hope that this little introduction to free writing is helpful to you. Like I said, I'm using this in the context of being a songwriter, that is like my main medium that I work with in creating art, it's very easy to see how for other writers this can help. But I really think if you're a composer, if you're a visual artist, it can just give you a bunch of cool ways to generate content. And maybe even try free writing without a prompt. See what happens. Just see what's in your brain too. I know that a lot of people do that in the form of lots of other writing exercises out there. So give it a shot, see what happens. I would like to thank my Patreons over on Patreon for making this video possible today. If you would like to join in on the fun over there, go ahead and check that out. All the links for that will be in the bio. If you would like to hear some of my music, you can go ahead and search Rosie Sircone on Bandcamp or any major streaming platform. Also feel free to check out my Instagram and my TikTok. I'm more active on Instagram than on TikTok. And of course, if you've made it this far or if you found this video helpful at all, please go ahead and like it, comment on it, tell me you want more like it, and feel free to subscribe. Let me know how your free writing goes and if it helps you and your creativity journey, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye.
Mountains blow, space fades to gray.
So this is just, so I